It usually happens when you walk through the door. Keys still in your hand, bag on the floor, and there they are. Eyes locked on you, front legs sliding out, back rising, whole body unfolding like they've been waiting all day for this exact second. And your brain fills in the story for free. They're just waking up, they want food, they're being cute. I'm going to stop you right there. That stretch is not what most people think it is. And if you treat it like a random yoga pose, or worse, rush in and grab them the wrong way, you can miss one of the quietest, highest value messages your cat sends you all day. I'm a veterinarian. I want you to know this greeting stretch is one of the most misread pieces of cat body language I hear about from loving owners, people who care deeply and still guess wrong. Here's what most people don't realize. Yes, after a nap, the body needs blood flow and a joint reset. That part is real. But when they lock eyes with you and stretch at you, they're usually stacking something deeper on top of mechanics. Trust, a social hello, sometimes a play invitation, sometimes a scent claim, and sometimes a pain signal dressed up as flexibility. So today I'm going to do something powerful. I'm going to translate the stretch the way I wish every exam room chat had time for. 7 things that stretch can really mean, what 99% of owners get wrong about each one, exactly how you should respond, and the red flags that mean this stopped being sweet and started being medical. This isn't about overthinking a cute moment. It's about finally reading the free health and bond report your cat hands you every single day. Grab a notebook, or just sit with them nearby. Let's turn that awe into understanding. Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Graves. If your cat greets you with that long, dramatic stretch and you've never quite known what they're asking for, you're in the right place. Hit like if they've ever stretched right across your path like a furry speed bump. It helps more cat parents find a calmer read. Let's start with the mistake almost everybody makes first. Behavior 1, the wake-up stretch. Most owners see the morning or doorway stretch and file it under cats are flexible, cats are weird, moving on. Here's what's actually happening biologically. Cats sleep up to 16 hours a day. That much stillness requires a physical reset, blood flow restored, muscles warmed, joints relubricated so they can go from motionless to hunting speed in under a second. The stretch is hardware maintenance their survival depends on. But here's the layer owners miss. If this were only biological maintenance, they'd do it facing a wall, in an empty room, at 2 p.m. with nobody home. They did it the second you appeared. Direction and timing are not accidents. So what should you do? Let the stretch finish completely. Don't interrupt with a pickup or a loud greeting. Soft voice, slow blink. That respects the body's reset and opens the social exchange on their terms. And one safety note, a clean, full stretch after rest is a health positive. A stretch that looks incomplete, cut short, or followed by a limp is the first data point I want you to log. We'll cover that in the medical chapter. Behavior 2, the trust stretch. The misread here is the old story. Cats are cold and independent. This stretch means nothing about me. But here's what's actually happening. A full stretch opens the belly and the underside, the most physically vulnerable part of a small predator. For an animal wired to be alert to threats at all times, choosing to do that in front of another living creature is a deliberate trust signal. When a cat stretches that way in your presence, behaviorists describe it as an expression of happiness, relaxation, and safety with you specifically. They are temporarily lowering their threat readiness because you are in the room. So honor it. Stay still for 2 beats. Offer a hand at their chin level for a sniff. Don't reach over their head. If they walk away after the stretch, the message was still real and complete. Don't chase it. And here's why this matters. Scooping mid-stretch or lunging for a belly grab because they look open misreads openness as an invitation for handling. It teaches your cat that extending trust gets them grabbed. Over time, the trust stretch disappears, and you lose the most honest body language signal they give you. Behavior 3, the social hello. The misread. Owners compare cat greetings to dog greetings. The spins, the barks, the whole body enthusiasm, and read a quiet stretch as indifference. But here's what's actually happening. Cats send postcards. Dogs write essays. A stretch aimed your direction, sometimes with a soft trill or a tail held up with a gentle curve, is often the cat's complete, fully expressed hello, I'm glad you're here. It is not a lesser greeting. It is a different communication system. So match the volume. Soft hello, one slow blink back. One finger scritch at the cheek if they lean in. And read the tail. Straight up with a soft tip curl is an active, friendly approach signal. Meet it with calm engagement, not a big reaction that startles them out of the moment. One warning. Training every stretch greeting into a food delivery will eventually collapse the social signal into a transaction. Your cat learns that stretching at you produces a bowl, not a connection, and the greeting stops being about you. If this is already changing how you read that doorway moment, subscribe. Every week I help you understand what your cat is really trying to tell you before you guess wrong. 3 more behaviors most videos leave on the table. Let's go. Behavior 4, the play prime. Most owners close the greeting loop the second the stretch ends and go back to their phone, but here's what's actually happening. Stretching prepares the musculature for explosive, short burst movement, the same physical warm-up that precedes a hunt. Indoor cats still run the same predator hardware. A greeting stretch can be the body saying, "I'm online and primed. Are you going to run a hunt with me or not?" Watch the 2 seconds after the stretch. Slightly dilated pupils, a butt wiggle, eyes tracking movement. Those are the body's hunt request signals stacked right on top of the greeting. So keep a wand toy near wherever you drop your bag after work. 2 to 5 minutes of stalk, chase, catch, and a small snack. That completes the biological loop. The stretch opened. And if you consistently ignore it, the energy doesn't disappear. It reroutes often into furniture, ankles at 3 a.m., or destructive play misdirected at whatever moves. Answering the play prime when it's offered is the cheapest behavioral intervention available to you. Behavior 5, the paw press. The front paws pressing into the floor, the mat, or the base of the sofa look like part of the mechanics. Extra leverage for a better stretch. But here's what's actually happening. Cats have scent glands in their paw pads. When they stretch and press, they are simultaneously conditioning their body and depositing a chemical marker that says, "I live here. This territory is mapped." When they do this in your presence, they are often weaving you into their scent landscape. You are part of home. So provide legal press and stretch surfaces near the spots where they already do this. A sisal panel, a textured mat, a sturdy post beside the usual target. You are not fighting the behavior, you are redirecting the real estate. Because punishing the paw press on furniture without giving an alternative surface does not remove the drive. It removes the legal outlet, and the behavior migrates to the next soft or vertical surface that wins the materials contest. Behavior 6, stretch shape as a sentence. Once owners learn stretch equals trust or hello, they apply that read to every stretch equally and stop looking at the shape. But here's what's actually happening. The same way a dog's whale eye, a pinned ear, or lowered tail change the meaning of what looks like a calm posture, the shape of a cat's stretch changes the message entirely. A full body, long, soft stretch with yawn energy is a content reset plus a social hello. A belly up roll after the stretch is peak comfort, but it is not automatic belly access. A one paw lazy extension is a mild wake up, casually clocking you. An upward reach on a surface is a stretch, scratch, and scent combo. But a hard, rigid arch with pinned ears and a held posture is not a greeting at all. That is stress or pain. So become a 2-second detective after every stretch. The stretch is the headline. What they do in the next 2 seconds, approach, blink, flop, vocalize, or leave, is the full article. Because treating a hard, rigid arch the same as a relaxed full body stretch is the single fastest way to get scratched by a cat you thought was being friendly. The body shape was the warning you walked past. Behavior 7. When the stretch is a medical signal. Because stretching is associated with comfort and trust, owners interpret increased or changed stretching as an even happier cat. This is the misread with real consequences. Here's what's actually happening. A change in stretching pattern is one of the quietest early pain signals cats give. Because cats are wired to mask weakness, they don't cry out the way dogs do. Instead, the behavior shifts. They stretch more or differently, or they stop stretching altogether. So here's when to call your vet. Sudden, repetitive stretching, over and over, can't settle, can signal abdominal discomfort, back pain, or internal pressure. Log it with the date and a phone video. A stretch that gets cut short with a flinch or a cry is possible musculoskeletal pain. Don't wait. Stiffness when rising from rest or reluctance to jump is how arthritis often starts in cats, and it's subtle. A stretch posture near the litter box that looks like straining is not yoga. In male cats especially, this is a urinary emergency. Go now. And stretching, plus any of hiding, appetite drop, litter changes, limping, or labored breathing, means the stretch is one part of a larger picture that needs your vet, not the internet. Chalking pattern changes up to they're getting older without a vet check is the most common reason pain goes unmanaged in cats for months. You know, your cat's normal greeting stretch. When the pattern breaks and stays broken for more than a day or two, that is a data point, not a phase. So let's bring it all together, because you came here thinking that stretch was just a thing cats do, and I want you to leave fluent. Here is your complete owner's translation key. 1, wake up hardware. Let it finish. An interrupted stretch is interrupted trust. 2, the trust receipt. They lowered their guard at you. Honor it quietly. Don't cash it in with a grab. 3, the social hello. It's a postcard, not a novel. Match the volume. 1 slow blink back. 4, the play prime. Dilated pupils after the stretch mean a hunt request. A wand toy near the door answers it before the sofa does. 5, the paw press is a scent map. You're being written into their home. Give a legal surface nearby. 6, shape changes the sentence. A hard arch with pinned ears is not a greeting. Run the 2-second detective rule. Stretch, then what? And 7, a pattern change is a medical flag. More, less, cut short, or tied to the litter box. Any of these. Log it and call your vet. I want to be clear about the spirit of this video. Everything I've just shown you is observation and response, not home diagnosis. When the pattern breaks and the red flags stack, that is a phone call to your veterinarian, not a YouTube deep dive. Because here's the truth. Most greeting stretches are wonderful news. Your cat is not random. They are a careful little animal who decided, against a lot of wild instinct, that you walking in is worth opening their body language for, not shutting it down. Knowledge is how you stop being the 99% who smile and still miss the message. So tonight, when you walk in, pause. Let them finish the stretch, run the 2-second detective check, answer what they're actually asking for. If you found this helpful, subscribe and stay with us. Every week, I help you understand what your cat is really trying to tell you. Drop a comment. Does your stretch at the door, in bed, or directly across your laptop keyboard? Tell me what happens in the 2 seconds after. That's usually the real clue. I read them. Give your cat a chin scratch from me. Stay calm, and I'll see you in the next one.